The next stage of our journey takes us to a town that's widely considered the most beautiful town in all of Europe. Now, it's also known as the Venice of the North. It is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to take you for a walk around. It's called Bruges. You're going to love it. Like Venice, Bruges is a city built around a network of canals that were once the transport arteries of a bustling trade centre. Today, these now quiet waterways seem to add to the serenity of what has to be one of the most peaceful cities in Europe. I'll tell you what, if the dictionary also had photos, a shot of Bruges would appear as a definition of the word picturesque. Around every corner, this city reveals yet another panorama that is quite simply a joy to look at. Much of Bruges' infrastructure, its walls and canals, were first built in the 1100s, signalling the beginning of the city's heyday as one of Europe's main trading hubs, a golden age which lasted until about 1500. Fast forward to the mid-1800s and Bruges started becoming a popular tourist destination, with visitors flocking to see highlights like the Church of Our Lady, which houses Michelangelo's sculpture of Madonna and Child within its towering walls. This area here is known as the Bergplan, or square, and the buildings that surround it are spectacular, but they give you a really good indication as to the development of architecture over the years. That building over the back there is actually a 12th, 13th century building. The one over here, 14th century, and the one behind me, 15th century, and you can see they're so vastly different. You can see there's rulers, kings, religious people of influence that would have had, well, tremendous influence over the townsfolk here. They would have been just in awe of these people. The building over here is actually an administration building built in the 17th century. It's still being used today. Now, the thing I love about this is you can see how all the different races and religions of Europe have had enormous influence over the evolution of architecture, and it's all here in one square to look at. By now, you've probably figured out that there are several ways of getting around Bruges. The canals are a popular option for visitors, and there are lots of open-top boats operating that can take you around to see the city from the water. The boats zip around at a pretty decent clip, so once you've had the express tour and picked out your favourite highlights, revisiting them on foot will allow you to take your time and see the city at your own pace. The historical quarter of Bruges doesn't sprawl for miles. In fact, it's fairly compact, making it an excellent walking city. And the third option, well, it's got to be to take horse and cart over the beautiful cobblestone streets and just work your way around town, seeing the sights. It's just sensational. Horse and buggy tours have become quite popular in many of our big Australian cities. But a place like Bruges, with its elegant streetscapes that have stood here for centuries, seems to provide the most suitable sort of backdrop for this mode of transport, don't you think?
Waffles? Belgian waffle?
All right, there's one more thing you've got to do when you're here in Bruges. You've got to have Belgian waffles. They're world famous and they taste amazing, and listen, just do it. I know it's abuse of a body, but what a way to go. Oh, so good. Like Antwerp, Bruges is fully committed to giving visitors the full Belgian culinary experience. So, as well as those decadent waffles, a decent handmade chocolate is never hard to find. Every day, specialist teams of artisans are hard at work in boutique kitchens all over the city, crafting the finest chocolatey delights to tantalise your taste buds. A day in Bruges is a day well spent. The city is so photogenic, your camera is guaranteed to get a workout. A word of warning, if you're going to be seduced by as many sweet treats as I was, then you'll need a workout too. So do yourself a favour and walk around this charming city. Trust me, it'll be one of those walks that'll be an absolute pleasure.